Islam Makhachev is gonna send Ian Garry back to the kitchen washing dishes. This is what's gonna happen. This is what he liked to do. We're gonna send him do house tours. He talked a lot, and he talked about me. I'm the manager, dude. Like nobody cares about me, but when you talk about me, I'm gonna talk back about you. I don't think he's on Islam level. I think he's a great runner. I think he just avoid not to be finished, and I truly believe Islam Makhachev is gonna finish him. He cannot tie Islam's shoes. He cannot even shine his shoes. You know, the guy have what, 11 fights in the UFC, 9 finishes. 9 decisions. Islam is 10 last 11 fight, 9 finishes or 8 finishes. You know, Islam finishes people. Islam bounce people head off the wall. Islam submit people. You know, he's gonna do what Islam want him to do in the fight. Islam is gonna hunt him like a deer who's a hunter, who's a 50 caliber machine gun, and after that he's gonna put a bullet in his head and he's gonna put him out.
And I don't know that we can say it ahead of the fight, but is there ways that this fight could play out that would then lead us to believe that Islam's the GOAT? Maybe. If Islam was to go out there and dominate, think of what he did with Manny Moicano. It pains me, but I've even got to say Dan Hooker, he caught him in a position, he caught him early, but all the same, if he was to go out and just tie up Ian Garry and make Ian Garry surrender quickly, yeah, boy, that'd mean something. That would mean something. Be the champion of 2 different weight classes.
Islam versus JDM, I was very impressed with Islam's feinting. There was one point, because I always say sometimes I overfaint, but that's good because they never know when it's coming. But Islam did that in his last fight with JDM. There was points he just was feinting like 12 times before he even threw a jab. This is later in the fight as well, so I was really impressed with that.
Islam Makhachev's manager has fired a chilling warning at Ian Garry ahead of UFC 330, promising the champion will make him pay. Chael Sonnen says one dominant performance could cement Islam as the GOAT, while Israel Adesanya has revealed the champion's terrifying secret weapon. Ali Abdelaziz made it crystal clear that Team Islam isn't overlooking Ian Garry for a second, warning that despite all the hype, the champion is preparing to expose every weakness on fight night. He called Garry more of a competitor than a true finisher, insisting that once Islam closes the distance, the challenger will be forced into a fight he can't escape.
I don't know, man. Whatever the future holds, but the number one focus, this is skinny twig. This Ian Garry. This is our main focus, This guy talk a lot, and we have to focus on him because every opponent we fight, or Islam fight, or anyone fight, we have them take him seriously, even if they're not a serious guy. I don't think he's a serious man, but he's a competitor. I don't think he's a fighter. He's a competitor. It's a complete different. He's a guy like point karate, like to touch and move, touch and move, touch and move. You're almost training for him. You really have to be a track star to catch him. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I think he's a good fighter. He's an average fighter. And he's just hard to figure out because he runs a lot.
However, Ali Abdelaziz issued a stern warning to Ian Garry, saying the trash talk ends once the octagon door closes. He insisted Garry isn't on Islam Makhachev's level and predicted the champion will pressure, break him down, and expose the gap between them. According to Ali, Fight Night will prove exactly why Islam is the UFC's most dominant champion.
He cannot tie Islam's shoes. He cannot even shine his shoes. The guy have what, 11 fights in the UFC, 9 finishes. 9 decisions. Islam is 10 last 11 fight, 9 finishes or 8 finishes. Islam finishes people. Islam bounce people head off the wall. Islam submit people. He's gonna do what Islam want him to do in the fight. Islam is gonna hunt him like a deer who's a hunter, who's a 50 caliber machine gun. And after that, he's gonna put a bullet in his head and they're gonna put him out.
Shifting to Islam training, Ali Abdelaziz revealed that Islam Makhachev is reaching another level in training camp, saying the champion continues to sharpen every weapon in his arsenal. He praised Islam's relentless work ethic and claimed each camp makes him an even more dangerous and complete fighter. According to Ali, the version of Islam heading into UFC 330 is stronger, smarter, and more prepared than ever before.
It's weird, man. Like every camp, he's just getting better, added more tools. He's in great shape. Doesn't even breathe hard in sparring. Like, you know, it's like, and he's getting put a lot of great fighter. You know, but he's the best I've seen him, honestly.
Wow. Yeah. That's what was the best before this, if you can recall?
The last fight. He's just getting better, man, and better and better. He's just adding a lot of tools into his game. You know, from striking, from different submissions, from just wrestling, just mixing it up differently. He's just a puzzle. Is even the guys in the training session is really hard to figure out.
At last, Ali Abdelaziz warned that while Team Islam respects Ian Garry, respect won't change what happens once the octagon door shuts. He confidently predicted Islam Makhachev's elite skill, relentless pressure, and championship experience will expose the massive gap between them on fight night.
My opinion, but you know, he's doing it himself. But you know, he's there, he's a number, and Islam on August 15 will take the number, and after that he go back to the kitchen. This is what's gonna happen, you know. Yeah. But you know, we respect him very much. We think he's talented. We're training really, really hard for him. Like, he is the greatest fighter on the planet. And like I said, this game is unforgiving. Anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Somebody can throw a hit kick, catch you, knock you out. A punch, knock you out. You know, can catch you and broke your arm. Something will happen. But if you match skill to skill, brother, it's not even on Islam's level, honestly, my opinion.
In addition to that, Chael Sonnen believes that if Islam Makhachev completely outclasses Ian Garry, it would be far more impressive than what anyone has done before, especially since Ian proved against elite competition that he belongs at the highest level. He praised Garry's youth and potential, saying dominating a fighter this talented would elevate Islam's legacy to another level. According to Chael, a commanding victory here wouldn't just defend a title, it would send a powerful message to the entire MMA world.
Can go out and he can dominate Ian Garry, which I don't think Rakhmonov did. Rakhmonov decisively defeated him. I don't think anybody thought Ian was outclassed or didn't belong in there. But if Islam can go out there and outclass him, particularly if there's some good stand-up exchanges, I think that it's going to weigh very heavy on him. Don't forget how young Ian Garry is. Don't let that get away from you. You know, that's the real number. That's the real number that very seldomly is overcome. It would prove a lot.
Chael Sonnen says Islam Makhachev already silenced every doubter who questioned whether he was too small to compete with bigger welterweights. By overpowering and controlling a naturally larger opponent on the ground, Islam proved that his elite wrestling can neutralize size and strength. According to Chael, that dominant display erased one of the biggest criticisms surrounding the champion and showed why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC today.
But I don't know if I could get on board for GOAT over Ian Garry. Now, is it possible with a certain performance, the dominance that Islam showed over Jack? First off, Jack is awesome. But secondly, the story going into that fight, no matter how false the narrative that will never go away is this guy too small? Can Islam deal with bigger guys? Now, I love to be the one that tells you, if you weigh 155 pounds and another guy weighs 170 pounds, you weigh the same thing. That's the same thing. But the narrative never goes away. And the fact that Islam could throw him down and beat him up. You guys ever heard that expression? I'm sure you've seen this 100 times on the school bus or the playground or something where some smaller guy says something to the bigger guy. And then somebody's like, oh, come on. Of course, the bigger guy, you just take him down and sit on him. My own mother used to use, I just take him down and sit on him. It used to infuriate me. It used to make me so mad. Yeah, just try it. Just try, fat ass. I remember thinking this, not towards my beautiful mother, but like in general. But it is a belief in the fact that Islam was able to throw Jack down and hold him down. Kind of proved my point.
However, Chael Sonnen believes Islam Makhachev has all the tools to finish Ian Garry early, but he doesn't see Garry knocking out the champion despite what many fans predict. Instead, Chael says Ian's only realistic path to victory is surviving 5 rounds, winning on points, and taking a decision. In Chael's eyes, Islam is the far more dangerous finisher, while Garry must rely on discipline and strategy to pull off the upset.
Now, Islam does have the capabilities to get rid of Ian fast. I don't know that Ian has the capabilities to get rid of Islam fast. I do not believe, contrary to popular belief, contrary to my partners over at DraftKings who believe if Ian Garry is going to win, he's more likely to win by knockout than anything else, I don't agree. I believe he needs to win 3 rounds. I believe he can spot Islam too. And I believe we got to go to the cards. I think that is Garry's most likely way to win, but let's stay on Islam.
Talking about Islam's previous fight, Israel Adesanya was stunned by Islam Makhachev's next-level fight IQ, praising the champion's relentless feints that left Jack Della Maddalena constantly guessing. Even deep into the fight, Islam reportedly feinted over a dozen times before firing a single jab, showing incredible patience and precision. According to Adesanya, that level of composure and deception is exactly what makes Islam one of the most dangerous champions in the UFC today.
You look at Islam versus JDM, I was very impressed with Islam's feinting. There was one point, because I always say sometimes I over feint, but that's good because they never know when it's coming. But Islam did that in his last fight with JDM. There was points he just was feinting like 12 times before he even threw a jab. This is later in the fight as well, so I was really impressed with that.
From a different perspective to Craig Jones, Jones just sent a shocking warning to Islam Makhachev ahead of UFC 330, reminding everyone that Ian Garry already countered the exact move Shavkat Rakhmonov tried and even took his back in a stunning exchange. According to Jones, that moment proves Garry has the grappling IQ to challenge the champion in ways many fans are ignoring. He believes Garry has a very real chance to pull off the upset if he can force Islam into similar positions. With confidence soaring on both sides, this welterweight title clash is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable fights of the year.
Do you think Ian Garry could beat Islam?
You know, I actually do. I actually do think he has a very good chance at beating Islam. I remember watching, so what Islam does really, obviously does a bunch of things incredibly well. Like I slander him at any chance I get, but truly appreciate every ounce of technique he does. And one of his most beautiful takedowns is a single leg where a guy digs an underhook and he turns it into a clubbing takedown. And now Shavkat tried that exact move on Ian Garry, and Ian Garry countered it and ended up on Shavkat's back. So I think an open space takedown, Islam's go-to. Ian Garry does have a very good answer too.
In the end, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry is heating up as Team Islam sends a brutal warning ahead of UFC 330. Ali Abdelaziz believes the champion's pressure, experience, and complete skill set will expose Garry's weaknesses. Chael Sonnen says a dominant win over such a talented challenger could push Islam's legacy toward GOAT status. Israel Adesanya praises Islam's elite fighting IQ, especially his deadly feints and striking intelligence. But Craig Jones believes Ian Garry has the tools and grappling IQ to shock the world and pull off the upset, as UFC 330 is set to deliver a massive clash between Islam Makhachev's dominance and Ian Garry's confidence. Will Islam prove once again why he's considered one of the greatest, or can Garry create the biggest upset of his career? The answer will be revealed when these two elite fighters finally step inside the octagon. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more UFC news, predictions, and fight updates. Stay locked in as we bring you all the latest drama and analysis before UFC 330.